G'day, sports fans. It's Fanman100 here, your host of the Casual Review Show. How's everyone's week been? This week, I'm going to bring you a remaster, a game that's been out for a little while. It's a Sony exclusive. It is The Last of Us Remastered. One of Naughty Dog's most extraordinary games they've made, besides the Uncharted series, but this game is extraordinary. I'm really happy to bring you this review today. Now, back in June 2013, this game came out on the PlayStation 3. It was astounding. I didn't have a PlayStation 3 myself, so I was unable to play this game. But it is phenomenal when it comes to its frame rate, its graphics, its realism, its story really grabs you. The story on this, the emotion, the appearance of the characters, it's incredible. This game is like playing through a movie. So when they announced they were going to remaster this for the PS4, I was really excited. So on July 30th last year, 2014, they remastered this for the PlayStation 4. I have played this through once before, but it was a while ago, so I can't remember it very well, so I might be a little rusty. Last of Us is a third-person survival horror game. It tells the story of a man named Joel, who is tasked with escorting a young girl named Ellie across a post-apocalyptic United States. So, in the story of this game, it's not your traditional zombie game. It's not that kind of game at all. What this is there is a real life organism called the cordyceps, which is a special type of fungus that attaches to insects and like takes over their brain. And the idea of this story is what if that fungus could evolve to the point where it could affect humans? So it starts to spread, it infects humans, and it drives them crazy and makes them look all sort of mutated and stuff, with it being attached to them and taking over their minds. So they're zombie-like, but they're not undead. So it's a different category of game all on its own. It's all about survival and staying quick on your feet. And with the remaster, you got DLC with it. The Left Behind DLC is a side story about Ellie before she met Joel. Now, there's a reason why Joel is escorting Ellie across the United States, but I'm not going to spoil that for you by telling you. I'm going to jump straight into the game and run this through with you. 1080p, 60 frames per second on the PS4, smooth as silk. One of the smoothest, nicest looking games I've ever played. And the story, the interaction between the two characters is gripping. It really grabs you. You know, it's an emotional roller coaster. It's a really good game. That's the best thing about it. It's something, to me, and personally, that's important is the story. If the story is good, you're going to be grabbed by the game, and you're not going to be able to put it down. So when it comes to weapons and ammunition and stuff, it plays a lot like Resident Evil games. You know, ammo is not very common. So it really encourages you to be stealthy. So this is Joel. This is the man of the hour. This is the guy that you play through the entire game. Over there we've got Ellie behind this gate. So currently at this point I'm cut off from her and a horse that we have, and I have to figure out a way to let her through. So you can probably hear noises. I don't know if you can, because I don't have access to sound while I'm recording this. But if you go into your stealth mode by holding down the right trigger button, you can see enemies that are around you. So there's infected here, and you can see them. And you also come across human survivors in this game as well, and they are heavily armed. They will attack you if they hear you. The AI, the artificial intelligence in this game, is very clever. It can hear you from a long distance away. It'll seek you out. It'll track you. The game encourages you to be really quiet. You can play this game how you want. You can be a bit more crazy if you want to, but it encourages you to be smart. Now, basic controls. Left trigger button lets you aim your weapon. So I've currently got a pistol equipped, which you can see down the bottom right hand corner. There's the pistol icon, how many rounds I've got, the green bars on my health. Then there is a number 2 next to a shiv icon. I have 2 shivs. Shivs are used for stealth takedowns on enemies and stuff, so they don't see you coming. The right button is to fire, the right trigger is to fire your weapon. Circle is to crouch down and move a bit more sneakily. When you're walking, if you hold down the top left shoulder button, you can sprint. Your triangle button is where you pick up stuff that you need to find throughout the game. So
It's like someone jerry-rigged.
if you find stuff like gears, that sort of thing, to upgrade your weapons, you can find them, you can pick them up like so. You can also find letters written by survivors. Well, this one here is a document. You can pick that up, and then you can actually read it. So everything that you do in the game, when it comes to your crafting and your upgrades, it all happens in real time. So you press the touchpad on your controller, Joel gets down and brings out his backpack. So this is your crafting section. So your crafting, you can upgrade your melee weapons. So pressing square, I forgot to run it through with it, pressing square is your melee attack. Now when you come across like single enemies who are infected, you'll be surprised, you can actually quite easily take them out. Joel is a pretty tough guy, so you don't have to use weaponry unless you're really surrounded. But you can find melee weapons like baseball bats and pipes, and you can upgrade them. So your materials are blades, bindings, rags, explosives, alcohol, and sugar. So you use these to create things. So for example, to create a health kit, I need at least one rag and one alcohol to make it. And then, or I might actually need more. But so you can create more shivs. For stealth, you can upgrade your melee weapons because they have a durability, so they'll slowly wear out as you use them and they'll break. You can make Molotov cocktails, bombs and smoke bombs, so for taking enemies, distractions, that kind of thing. And then you'll also find benches throughout the game, which are your upgrade stations. And when you collect these pills, it's unusual, yes I know, you find pills and you use them to upgrade other things. So at a workbench you can upgrade your maximum health, the distance your listen mode goes out to, crafting speeds, so how quickly you can make stuff, your healing speeds when you use a healing item, and also weapon sway, which is really good when you're using rifles. And also at those stations you can upgrade the weapons that you find throughout the game. So your weapons are controlled by your D-pad. So if you press left on your D-pad, you'll select one of your selected weapons on the left here. So at the moment I've got a flamethrower that I just found and a shotgun. And if you hold the X button, it brings in the backpack and you can cycle through other ones. So I've also got a rifle here as well. You press X, look down the scope. And I've also got a bow as well, which is really good for stealth. Bows are really good for stealth. If you're able to kill enemies instantly with those, they will not hear you and you can keep going.
Hurry.
And then you've got your pistols as well. So there's lots of different types of pistols. I currently have a few. I've got this one, and I've got like a big revolver as well, which only holds 8 rounds, but it's very powerful. But as a trade-off, it's also very loud as well. And of course, pressing up, you got access to your med kits, your bombs, and you got your throwing weapons, your Molotovs and stuff. And you can also find things like bricks and rocks around the game to distract enemies as well and get their attention. So all these enemies are here. So obviously I've got to clear them out so that Ellie can come through, because she doesn't have a weapon to defend herself at this point in time. So I'm going to quickly show you what happens if you just fire off a round. So they know where I am now. They're not very happy. Graphics on this game are absolutely stellar. When you're not aiming, you press right trigger to reload. The melee fighting can be quite effective, but as you can see, I'm kind of getting beaten down here now. So I'm just going to break free from that. I'm going to bring out my flamethrower and use that. This is what not to do unless you're absolutely crazy. As you can see, the infection drives them quite nuts. And they've all been burned. Now that was hard. Now that's the crazy way. That's the crazy way. So I'm going to restart the encounter and show you a different way of playing this. Now, the soundtrack for this game, along with the story, the soundtrack for this game is really, really good. It creates an amazing atmosphere. And combined with the character performances and Joel and Ellie's conversations, it's one of those things that just, it pulls you in and you can't stop. It's like I said, it's like a movie. It plays through absolutely incredible. So let's see if I can actually get through this
Back on.
a clever way. Where shall I go? because they will have weapons. But if you're clever, you can take out a lot of infected without even being noticed. So the game does encourage you to be stealthy. So there's some pills that I can use to upgrade my health and stuff when I find a workbench. So also, if you can avoid it, don't run around too much, because your footsteps actually does make significant noise. Enemies will hear you and they will hunt you down. There's lots of different types of infected enemies as well. Lots of different types. Now these ones, yeah, kind of see you pretty easily. I've been spotted again, so I'm going to have to do this a stupid way, I think. That's okay. Like I said, the graphics in the game are really good. The soundtrack is amazing. The combat is pretty easy to get used to. And so is aiming too, once you get back into it. I mean, I'm playing pretty terrible because I haven't played this game for a while. But Joel is a really tough guy. Really tough. Things do get pretty full on when you get really surrounded though, I'll give you that, that's for sure. Overall, I love this game for what it is. It's absolutely amazing. I'm going to have to restart this because I'm making myself look really bad. So, it does encourage you to be stealthy. In certain types of infected are really hard to fight. There are certain ones that actually can't be hurt by melee attacks, and the only way to kill them is with weapons or with stealth kills with shivs and stuff. So I do apologise for my bad showing of gameplay. I'm not very good at this game to start with, and I haven't played in quite a while. I've only just started playing again and picked this up for this review. And I definitely look forward to finishing it again, because it was so much fun the first time around. It's pretty lengthy. There's a lot of chapters. I can't remember exactly how many, but if you're looking for a really solid story, really good experience, something a bit different, edge of your seat, something that really encourages you to play smart, this game is amazing. It's got an incredible story. The characters are really well designed. The graphics, the remaster for PS4, it really shows you what your PS4 can do. You'll really get the bang for your buck out of this game. It's one of my favourite games I've ever played in my entire life. I have to be completely honest. One of my favourites, because it's got all those things that you look for in a really good true horror experience. Because it's just, like I said, it's like a movie. It could make it, if they could find actors that look just like these characters. Well, Ellie is based a lot on Ellen Page. Ellen Page didn't actually like that, but Ellie does sound and look a lot like the actress Ellen Page. Joel is a very unique character. To find an actor that would look and sound like him would be a big ask. But for us, it's a pity. In a way, it's a pity it's a Sony exclusive, because for those of you who play on Xbox, you won't be able to experience this game. But if you do have a PlayStation, this is one of those games where it's like, you can't ignore it. It's absolutely incredible. It's a good challenge. It looks sweet. The enemies are really smart, and it'll test you. It'll scare the heck out of you, and it will test what you're capable of putting up with. The cover system is really good. Firing and hiding behind cover is really effective. Once you get the hang of it, you're going to be stealth killing enemies all the time. But overall, I don't give scores on my reviews, as most of my common watchers will already know. So I'm not going to give a score on this. If I did have to, it'd be extremely high, like to the point on ridiculous, because the amount of options and things you can do are amazing. Oh, by the way, yeah, so I've stuffed up again. They heard me. I sprinted that last minute and I was heard. Everyone might just try and get through this the crazy way, I think. Again, I do apologise for that gameplay, but at least you're getting to see what it's like when it gets dicey. And you get to see the flamethrower. That's a really cool weapon that I just picked up. It's supposed to be conservative with your ammo, because it is very limited. That's not very nice. And I now have no ammo for that. I'm in trouble again. Yep, it's apparent that I really suck at this game. I do apologise. Anyway, so that's a quick look at The Last of Us. Like I said, it does get very hard, as I've just shown you. Of course, I am pathetic, but this game is very hard. I'm not just making it look hard. It does get much harder. But for an experience like this, it's something that will stay with you. You will play this game, and you won't forget it in a hurry. The characters, the story, the soundtrack, the graphics. There's nothing I can say bad about this game. I have to be completely honest with you. It has a multiplayer mode as well that supports up to 8 players, where you can work together cooperatively. It's pretty basic. It's just like a versus kind of thing, but it uses the same mechanics. It's got a faction system as well. I haven't personally played it online myself. I haven't given that because I bought it mainly for the huge, amazing story. So, if you're looking for something that's unique, you haven't played this on your PlayStation yet, and you want something that's just mind-blowing to show you what your PlayStation can do, this is the game for you. It really is. If you love third-person action, don't mind something that puts you on the edge of your seat and might frighten you a little bit, but you love something that's a good story, engaging characters, this game is 100% for you. There's not a negative thing I can say about this, guys. You're probably going to be like, but Fair 100, every game has a negative. Everything has something about it you don't like. That's true. Every game that I've played so far, pretty much so far, there is something I'll say about it that I won't like. There'll be a little niggle, there'll be something that could have been improved, something that could have been easier. We all come across games like that, and I'm sure that those of you that pick this game up, you'll probably find something like that. But for me personally, just me, as a casual reviewer, there's nothing I can say I didn't like about this game. Absolutely nothing. And there's probably not going to be many times where I'm ever going to say that again. So my review of this game is to tell you this, that if you have a Sony PlayStation, a 3 or a PlayStation 4, get this game because it will grab you and you will never forget it. Naughty Dog have done a stellar job on this. They know what they're doing. They have crafted something that's absolutely incredible when it comes to richness, detail, storytelling. They have hit all the marks on this. This is a top game, and I recommend it to everybody. Thanks for watching my video review this week. I know I didn't show you a lot of great gameplay, but I'm not very good at these kind of games. I do apologise. But give this game a crack. You're going to smash through it. You're going to have lots of fun. Remember to be stealthy, be smart, and conservative on the ammo, and watch out for human survivors. They're tough. So thanks for watching. This is Phantom 100. I'm now going to recharge the batteries. I'm worn out because I've been trying to get better at this, and I'm just... I can't believe I finished it the first time. I've got to be honest. It's been a struggle for me. There's just some things I'm good at and some I'm not. So thanks for watching. Again, have a great week. I don't know what I'm going to bring you guys next weekend, but I hope it's something as good as this, and I hope I can live up to my standards. Feel free to comment and subscribe. Have a good week. Check out the Facebook page. And until then, guys, have fun. Keep gaming. Keep it real. Don't let anything get you down. This is Family 100 signing off. Peace out.